It seemed like we need some kind of closing statement about death. It's taken us many places this time together here. So I'm going to call it Death is Only Illusion of Final. And let's see what shows up. Wholeness is appreciating that death will happen at some time to us physically, and that is as it should be. We set the length and conditions of our lives by our biases and our physical choices. It means that we understand that death is essential and a vital part of living in the flow of what we experience in the totality of being. We can live in relation to death as denial, resistance, out of sight, out of mind, but not really. That is illusion. Death will register in many ways. It can be a physical death, or it might be of an idea, an ideal, a belief. It is always going to be the end of some illusion about what we thought was important, about what we felt was valuable. It can be abrupt and not planned for, or we can be given notice of it coming up sooner than later. And someone or something might be dead for a long time before we find out about it. It can leave us settled or unsettled. This is illusion. Life is like a Mobius strip. The point where the strip or pattern turns on itself is going to be either life in form or life out of form. That point, which we call birth or death, is a moment of transcendence. The looping in either direction is that time and space of transition one finds in form and out of form. For life in either reality is motion, flow, sense, state. Many have complaints about being in form, about being stuck in a body, being alive. This is illusion. And in the same space, there may be fear of death. This might be a contradiction. It is still illusion. We can have many stories about death, which are illusions of how we think we would want it to be and not as it is. We might like to think someone who has been a miserable person to deal with all of a sudden will see the light of their behavior and repent and pardon and apologize. That is a nice story that can be true or not. We might think in terms of suffering and salvation elusively beyond reach in life, and that is a nice story too. How is death more about us and confronting our own fears and sense of self than it is about the person who is passing from us? Do you catch the hook there? They are not abandoning us. They are on their journey, which you have shared with on your journey. You may have enjoyed that time or not, and maybe only after this part is over does it come into clear view of what was and not what you thought it was. This is illusion. So, I sit. I sit and feel my breath and my opening to heart-centered awareness. I don't hard focus on the breath so much as I let my sensory being be present. Mind is all about construct and story. So, I let my awareness of being more than just human drive and mind to share with me what is present about death as an energy and movement. How am I relating to it? From a gut feeling, a sensation of some sort, a thought, or stories flashing through. All are valid. I can feel what holds my attention and just let it. I don't try to fix, or make, or think, or go into that all-powerful do-something space. There is nothing to do anything with. This is illusion. I just let myself be present with it. No need to let go. Just let. Let it be. In the letting is the lessening of resistance that I might be holding in so many ways, in so many patterns and layers of stories or visions, in my story of illusions. I breathe. I let myself feel emotions or aches and pains as only trapped energy looking to move through that is not yet doing so. We are each in our story, and we are always in our story as we are generating our story. If we are clued in to our beings as much more than what we think we are, we can then be more present to others in their stories and how they might be running in tandem and parallel and crossing over now and then. They are not in the same mind sync as you, which is as it should be, because they are them and you are you. But you can have plenty of crossover when you stop your story from running and you can hear them in theirs. That can be one gift that death provides. It stops us in our story often. It clears the decks of belief and false truths and projections and emotions that may have been holding us in their grip for years. Sit with someone dying and just be present. Just be and notice. Sit with someone who has already passed over and just be present and just notice. And then just sit with yourself and just be present. Just be and just notice.